Good afternoon. It is such an honor to be here as a nominee for the Olympian Scholarship. My name is Emily Trask, and I would first like to thank the committee for choosing me for such a prestigious award. I have always admired the past nominees and winners. I can remember seeing photos posted in the local restaurants and stores downtown. I was in awe and thought about how cool it was for those students to have that honor, and now to be here today as a nominee is so surreal. Over my 4 years at Livermore High School, some of my greatest accomplishments have been through athletics. Athletics have been a huge part of my life. Being the youngest of three, I grew up attending my siblings' sporting events. I watched my brother Scott and my sister Samantha play sports until I was finally old enough to do so myself. Although sports were a huge part of my life, my parents let it be known early that family and school would always be a priority. I am most thankful for my parents, who never put any pressure on me to play. It has always been my decision. Before every season until this day, they ask me if I still want to play and if I'm still having fun. The answer is always yes. Also, there has never been a game where I don't see at least one, if not both, out there to support me. I started my athletic career with cheerleading and dance. It did not take long for me to figure out that wasn't exactly my calling. Since I was always around the basketball courts and softball fields, I thought I would give these sports a shot. It seems as though I made the right decision. When I entered high school, I played both varsity basketball and varsity softball as a freshman. These seasons were special for me because I got to play with my older sister, who was a senior at the time. Coming in as a freshman, having your sister as a teammate who was selected as Athlete of the Year was a little intimidating. She had a great reputation for being an incredible athlete and always conducted herself with great sportsmanship. She had a great reputation, making these two teams as a freshman and being able to play with Samantha in both basketball and softball pushed me to live up to the reputation that she had built. I have learned many life lessons through sports. In basketball, I had to adjust to 3 different coaches over the course of 4 years. You don't always get to choose your coaches and teammates, just as you don't always get to choose your bosses and coworkers. I learned that if I wanted to be successful, that I would have to learn to adjust. There are a lot of responsibilities that came with playing sports as well. One that has helped me in my life is time management. I'm currently enrolled in the ROP nursing program, involved in leadership, work for LARPD on the weekends. I have to stay on top of my studies, and I play 2 sports. So as you can imagine, managing my time is not always easy. From all the years of my dad asking, do you have your cleats, do you have your glove, do you have your bat, do you have your helmet, and do you have some water? I now find myself asking in my car in the morning, do I have my binder, do I have my scrubs, do I have my nursing shoes, do I have something to eat for lunch, and do I have my clothes for practice? As you can see, being prepared for sports has helped me be prepared for life. Another example of this is when I walked in to take my SAT. I saw a lot of students who seemed extremely nervous and anxious. But all I could think was that this is nothing compared to being at the plate with 2 strikes, 2 outs, and with the winning run on 3rd. Or being on the free throw line with time expired and 2 shots to win it, versus Granada, which happened. Now that's pressure. I made the shots. Sports is always something that has came naturally to me. But as for academics, I've always had to work a little harder. I'm the type of student that needs to study and do all of the work to do well in a class. I am very lucky to have teachers who have spent extra hours to help me succeed. It is tough and stressful at times, but getting that final report card and seeing all your hard work pay off, it's all well worth it. I have been a captain on both my basketball and softball teams, which requires a huge leadership role. Being involved in leadership the past 3 years has helped me understand the importance of leading by example. As the student body president, I have learned to be approachable and how to work with a wide variety of people. I have been a great advocate for our student body, but more importantly, I have created a positive relationship with staff members and administration. Every position I hold is not just a title to me. I take pride in what I do. Just like sports, I want to be the best. If I take on responsibilities, I will always see them through until the end. I was convinced by many that if I wanted to play a sport at the collegiate level, softball would be much more likely than basketball. I took that advice and I worked hard every summer playing travel softball at a very high level. But I never stopped playing basketball, even if it just meant playing for my high school team. Towards the end of my junior year, I was offered a scholarship from Dominican University to play softball for their program. This was a huge accomplishment for me, and I was very excited to play softball for the next 4 years. But as my senior season of basketball came to an end, I found myself very emotional, thinking that this is possibly the last time I would ever play. I have also recently received an offer to play basketball at San Francisco State University. This was where I had to make a very difficult decision: basketball or softball. Basketball or softball, which with lots of consideration and advice from Mr. Petersdorf, Mr. Christopher, Mr. Fletcher, Mr. Castro, and of course my parents, I have decided to follow my heart by continuing playing basketball and to pursue my career in nursing at San Francisco State University. I appreciate everyone who has helped me get to where I am today, and I cannot be more excited for the next chapter of my life. Thank you for this humbling recognition, and congratulations to my fellow finalists.